quick things before I introduce a couple amazing actors. This is obviously a labor of love, and you know, we talk about making small movies, and you know, I wanted to compete on the level with every other movie you've ever seen. But there's a virtue to making small movies like this when they can get made, when a movie like this can get made. We only had a crew of about 5 on set. In addition to doing the writing and the producing and the directing, I was also the cinematographer. And then we had the actors who were amazing. And Brett Goldstein, our casting director, is here, and I think she did an amazing job. So I'll answer all your questions and anything you have, but really quick, it's really exciting for me to introduce. Now, you know Harry's voice. I've been listening to Harry my whole life, and I didn't know it. From the Navy commercials 25 years ago to a huge stretch for CNN, to Disney on Broadway, to currently you might recognize his voice as the Captain Morgan's rum. You got a little captain in you? That's Harry. Harry, stand up. Come on up here. Where are you? Amazing. I wanted the real pipes in the booth, and I was just so lucky that I got him, and that he turned out to be such a tremendous actor. And then Nate Smith, who played the young man in the couple. Gordon, where are you? Nate, come on up, Nate. This is your first on-screen role.
First big thing,
Yeah, ever. First film.
Wow.
So, which I think is great, and part of what makes this, at least for me, a little bit magical. So if you have any questions for any of us, we're here. Or I can talk about the process a little bit, if you prefer. Yeah, no, in the back.
I'm really bad with names. I just got, is it Nate?
Nate, yeah.
It was really clear in the movie that you love this woman who you married, who you just met. And it was clear to me, and it made me cry at the end. Because it was like as I was watching, I said, I can't believe that they're going to have her die. Because I'm hoping that the miracle would happen, that she would get better, and she didn't. But you were like, from beginning to end, it was so clear that you loved this woman. So what did you have to do? Like, what did you have to find inside you to get that across on the screen?
That's kind of ironical.
Yeah. A lot of it was acting, I guess. Acting is what I did. Yeah, I mean, that's what I did.
I have to add something about it. Nate's right, first of all. No. That story, by the way, we talk about how personal the film is. That story, this is really hard. My sister Lisa passed away a few years ago, and Nate was very much playing a real person. And Sabrina Lloyd's character, Debbie, was based on my sister. She met this great guy online just before she found out that she got sick. They met on J-Date, and right after they started dating, she said she found out she had advanced breast cancer, just like the movie. And she sat him down, and she said, "There's the door." And he stayed. And I don't think it's as romantic. I think it's beautiful that you thought that he was very much in love with her, and I want a lot of people to take that away. I didn't want Nate to tell his hand too much. He wanted to cry in that scene. I said it was ironic because while Nate probably would have been a complete fucking mess, the real Gordon, for lack of a better, his name is Michael, was really stoic and kind of very much there, and her knight, but it wasn't an emotional bond, and it was very unclear to me personally, and I didn't want to. This is a lot for an audience, but I didn't want to lead him too much. I didn't want to lead you too much in either way because I'm still working through that. What that relationship was really about, but I know that they needed each other, and I tried to put that there.
But it was really clear that he wasn't being mushy. He was doing what he felt needed to be done, and that to me, what was so amazing is that when she said, "You can go," and he chose to stay.
Yeah.
I think to answer your question, and forgive me for being a smartass about it, but to answer your question, I think I wanted to be emotional a lot of the time, and taking direction from Adam was to go the other way as much as I could, and to be as like Adam said, to be as stoic and as kind of you know, unemotional, for what, you know, for want of a better way to say it, and that's what ended up being. It was sort of somewhere in between, I think. Yeah.
Here and then there.
Just to hop on to that, I kind of felt exactly that.
So much with when you have such talented actors that bring so much. I'd say most of the improv came in the scene crafting, and then our editor was really patient and working with. I mean, I should say I shot this with one camera. When we talk about micro budgets, I mean micro budget. So that means whenever you saw two angles, it means we turned around the whole company, me. And now we're working this way. But it's this whole thing where it's like that's how you have to do it. And so I guess it's a little bit of both, but the structure was there from the very beginning. And my favorite films, I think I should explain why, are these sort of, you know, mosaics of different characters. Although I always had a little bit of a pet peeve when they coincidentally overlap, or you bump shoulders and then you follow another person, or there's any number of contrivances that come into those movies, and I'm like, it should work on a theme. It's about a theme, and it's about a feeling. And these characters are, to me, are all going through something very similar, but with very different ways, and acting very differently. They're very different people. And I think that was what was beautiful to me. And then, of course, I like movies where you don't leave and want to kill yourself. So I tried to pepper. I'm sure some of you were nervous, too. You're like, no, they're all going to die. I'm glad we spent our beautiful Sunday with death. But the truth is, like, that was my fear. So the whole production, and even after the script writing process, was steering it back towards being just a little lighter, a little more like me, and even I think the actors here. We like to have fun, and it doesn't have to be all serious. So. Oh my God, so many questions. You guys are, yes.
Two questions. Where was it shot for the most part, and also just kind of going along with what you were saying about the theme? I'm guessing that it wasn't meant to be like concurrent time, right? Because I mean, it seemed like two of the little stories that were going on could have been overnight, but when he was dying in the recording studio, that couldn't be just in one night. But you still kind of wanted to, in my mind anyway, kind of wanted to make it seem like it's going along the same time frame.
I'll tell you the truth. It was very, I don't know. I tried to collapse that as much as possible, and I think for me, at the end, with the death of Debbie's character, it was very accelerated. So in my mind, I thought we got a lot of latitude sort of collapsing those stories. And I do notice that sometimes, especially now that I've seen it 1,000 times. Most of you are seeing it for the first time. So it goes, I'm going, oh gosh, maybe that timing could be a little more, you know, we could get in, we could lock those up. But it wasn't intentional to confuse anybody. I think those things are maybe a little bit, but they're more, again, it's on a theme and not to be taken quite so literally. But I noticed that too.